How many people saw the movie, Tyler Perry's movie, I Can Do Bad All By Myself? Wasn't that the name of the movie, the last one? Well, I love the line when Tyler Perry, when Medea, who's the character, said, clothes don't make you pretty, clothes make you broke. And I thought, what a good line to tell a little girl who was saying that I'm not pretty because I don't have fancy clothes, and she was basically educating her. You said something on the show that was beautiful, because you said, I asked, why are so many people attracted to you in your spirit, and why are you come across as such a beautiful person? And you said, well, because I don't focus so much on what's going on the outside. I have to work harder on what's on the inside. And I thought, wow, I'm deeply superficial.
And it's very true.
She's a beautiful person. You just want her to touch you and hug you. And one of my best friends here in Sarasota, as well as I'm surrounded by love.
You deserve it.
Well, thank you. Now, but Carol, I made a lot of jokes about your family. Because I want to be fair. Because I don't want a black band pulling up and kidnapping you. Woo, she's rich.
I'm not.
But you're not hurting.
No.
Okay. What was right? That's it. That's true. What was life like growing up for you in Colombia?
Well, you were right. I mean, we were not extremely poor, but we were not wealthy, but we had a good way of living. But it's very different a country, a Latin country, or in Europe, to the way that people and families live here in the United States. You have access to everything here. You buy things in huge amounts. You go to the restaurants, you eat, you get your huge plate, eat a little bit, and you take the rest, and you can feed with that amount of food a family of 4 in my country. So we're very lucky here, and I think that for people who lived here forever, they don't have the opportunity to appreciate how much they get. But I will say that now, right now, with the economic situation that we're going through, people are starting to appreciate what they have in this country. And even with all these conditions, we still have access to more things than people in other countries. So we are complaining, and people complain, including me, oh, I cannot have 3 credit cards now. I need to downsize to 1. Well, guess what? Probably 1 family out of 10 in other countries will have access to a credit card. So we are blessed in this country, and my mom always says, America is a country touched by God. We have unlimited resources and food and the huge cars, huge parking spots. This is the biggest country that you can see. I mean, it's just a huge piece of land, and we don't appreciate it. We take it for granted. So we just need to think that we are blessed, and even if we're going through hard times, we have a lot, and we need to appreciate what we have.
Oh, now you know why she's the vice president of a company, not working for, just working there.
I work there.
You work there, but you have a title.
Yes, I
You have
do.
an office.
Yes.
Okay.
I do.
He said he was superficial.
I worked my way up there. It was not given to me.
There was nothing about what I said that said that you didn't earn it. I'm talking about the accomplishment of being, and I love that. I love seeing women in powerful positions and using that, but they don't lose the glamorous side. So many times when women get to a certain level, they're so busy that they forget to be beautiful and glamorous. That's, I think, part of the beauty of being a woman.
Amen.
I mean, Marva, you in Mexico, you're in charge. You're the head honcho.
Ooh, I even hate talking about it. But I do want to answer your question here about being privileged and growing up with things and not having. We have a trade agreement with another country, NAFTA, with Mexico. And it's not an equal trade because they make less than we do. And by the country being, we would say it's a third world country in America. People are still making $3 a day, sometimes $1 a day. and they're working many more hours than we are working to earn that $3 a day. So to say, I'm saying this because it's important to understand that when we are in another country or we come from another country, as I do, I didn't have a toilet either. Same thing with her. I didn't have one. I had an outhouse. There's lots of people who've had an outhouse. And so you come to I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
I did it one time. I went to camp in the Cub Scouts, and I went to an outhouse, and my sister and I were terrified. You remember that? So I have seen an outhouse.
But those people still live that way. Though we have a big city, Mexico, Cancun, all those are big places. But if you go outside of the big places, people still need blankets. They still need a bed to sleep in. They still need firewood that they're chopping down the trees left and right there. So these things make you realize when I come back and forth to the United States, I could kiss the ground, like I'm the Pope. Every time I get off the plane, I could kiss the ground that I live in the United States. And though I don't come from here, I could kiss the ground that I live in the United States because it is a privilege to live here. And though we don't think we have it that great, we do have it better than all countries that we are not living in.
Right. And you can go 2 blocks down the street, and yes, I do. I want to ruffle some feathers. You can go 2 blocks down the street and you can find people sleeping on the ground and the benches in a park in downtown Sarasota.
Yeah.
And this is a wealthy city. Yeah. And people are sleeping on benches and they don't have blankets, and we've actually now have people sleeping. We have people sleeping on benches outside of the building where I live at night. Yeah. And when it's cold, 50, 40 degrees at night, you can die. Yes. You can die sleeping outside. And I don't know who, they would have to let me know, and I would love to invite you to come on my show sometime. Who came up with the idea to play opera music and pipe it through the sound systems in ordering to get rid of the homeless people? They figured that the commissioners decided that was the way to solve the homeless problem. Not to give them somewhere to go. The best solution is to put music that they didn't want to hear and aggravate them enough that they would go somewhere else. So what it is trying to push them, am I right, or they just trying to push them outside of downtown?
They would leave because they didn't want the music. But this is the problem I have now, is that where do they go? If it seems to me we should be trying to provide some place for people to go so they can get inside. I don't know if it's building more shelters. I don't know what it is, but for a city that has money, and we do, it seems to me that we could be a bit more magnanimous with those that don't.
Right. I agree.
Not play music to chase them somewhere and there's no place to go.
Right. All right, Gail. When are you running?
I have a history we could not put on television.
Oh, okay. Never mind. Never mind. Now, Kim, you are, because you do something dynamic as well, you are the quality assurance director for
a large
corporation. We won't say the name of the place. Right. Large corporation. That's corporate America. Don't say it on TV. Don't say it. A large corporation. And you get an opportunity to come in contact with people from all over the world as well. Usually you come in contact with them when they're not happy with something. But how do you think, when everybody was talking, how do you look at your job and what you do and balance your personal opinion? And because sometimes people have comments, there are things that they're complaining about, and they just are silly.
I just remove myself because it's not about me. It's about the product that they've experienced, whether it's good or bad. It's my responsibility to find a happy medium. If there is a true issue with their complaint, it's my responsibility to bring it to the attention of the individuals that need to correct it. And if it is something bogus, because sometimes things can be bogus, I just professionally respond and I make it go away.